Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. The covert narcissist and their control tactics to minimize you. The covert narcissist is a specific subtype of the narcissist personality disorder cluster B, which typically is hallmarked by an inability of this person to have empathy, relate to, and identify the emotional needs of another. And this can run throughout their entire life. So not just their work relationships, is pervasive in their romantic relationships, is pervasive in their love relationships, in their parenting. Really, it goes throughout their entire life. And they have a certain social ineptitude, basically, where they seem socially inept, incapable, yet they are really generally highly intelligent. They can be high income earners, yet there's a certain lack of action that they take. There's a certain boundary that they will not cross within themselves or permit as a way of controlling those people in their life for them to get what they want. And so basically it keeps them in the higher position and everyone else underneath. So when this occurs, they are said to basically be minimizing others. To be minimized means to be treated with disrespect, even if it's not a verbal statement. A lot of this is done, especially in the covert narcissist, in a very non-verbal way. In fact, researchers say that over 90% of communication is done on a non-verbal level. So really only 10%, 7%, the percentages vary, are really communicated through the spoken word. So this really creates a lot of our communication coming from the non-verbal side. What is non-verbal behavior? It's a look that someone can give you. It's the way they carry themselves in the room. It's the way and manner in which they address you. It's how they hold themselves when they're speaking to you. This can communicate volumes, especially in the covert narcissist, which is different from the overt narcissist because their outward behavior also belays a mask where theirs is usually very, grandiose. They're extremely outwardly going, extremely commanding, attention in a room. Is always, wearing a great big smile and dressing very elegantly and really kind of overwhelming people with their charm and strong demeanor. Now, the covert narcissist is very meek, very unspoken, in fact, very, very silent oftentimes, to an extreme. Extreme meaning one of very little words, and at first, you might fall in love with this person saying, well, they're the strong and silent type. This is awesome. I would much prefer, I've heard people say, I'd much prefer a guy who, or gal, who does not want to be the center of attention, who does not want to be the center of the room. And so this is the mate for me. Oh, this is wonderful. They're very, easy to get along with, very docile almost, very kind of what's seemingly outwardly subservient to you, meaning they let you take the helm, they let you do all the talking, they let you make a lot of the decisions, and they just kind of bumble around in the background and not really sort of stepping up to the plate when they really should. So this is how it's so discreet and how it's so under the radar, because they're breaking almost uncommunicated laws of fair treatment. So, in other words, there isn't a law that says, you should greet your spouse with a smile, you should be amicable, you should be friendly, you should be cooperative. All these things are kind of like unspoken, unwritten laws, or maybe expectations that you have and hold in the relationship. Now, the covert narcissist will control by being oftentimes in this sort of very docile manner. And this can really throw one off and lead to the creation and need of a lot of confrontation, combativeness, and sort of confusion why they're not stepping up to the plate. In other words, they had set up a specific role with you and they're not fulfilling that promise. If this is the case, please identify this as a control tactic. It's a method that they're using so that they don't have to attend to you, they don't have to really love you. If they're trying to minimize you, they're basically ignoring you as a 24/7 almost sort of position. And it really puts all the work and all the burden on you, which is undue and unright and really generally unfair from most of the covert narcissist relationships that I'm aware of. It's not just the strong and silent type, because the strength really is not there. There's quite a degree of lack and loss, and sometimes you have to step up to the plate yourself and call it what it is, and not live making excuses for them, not live in basically a martyrdom where you're sacrificing a lot of what you could be, should be having. Instead, really be confident and courageous enough to air it out, get it out in the open, and really kind of get on a sounding board, more of a healthy sounding board of looking at what really is equal, what really is fair. And am I being treated unworthy and being minimized on a daily basis? Because this minimization of others and treating them as unworthy essentially starts to break down and crumble one's self-esteem, their communication ability, their ability to learn and grow as people, and experience life to the fullest, all of which you are entitled to as a human being. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos help. Please share, please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussions, and support.